Well, we're going over to Abuja, where Mr. Sonny Monidafe joins us. He is a member of the APC, as well as the Contact and Mobilization Committee of the Buhari Campaign Organization. Morning, and thank you for joining us today. That matter that was discussed on the floor of the House of Reps, Honorable Ogo was talking about it being speculative, but the House eventually ruled on that matter. What's your thoughts on what transpired there?
Talking about, sorry, good morning, Nigerians. Before I say anything, I want to give this disclaimer, not a disclaimer, just to assure Nigerians that I speak in my personal capacity as a member of the APC in the FCT. The APC has spokesmen that can speak for them in the person of Lai Mohammed, Garba Shehu, and Dele Alake. I'm speaking in my personal capacity. So everything I say is my personal opinion. Having said that, I'm happy with what transpired in the houses today. Happy in the sense that the speaker was able to clip the wings of whoever is trying to cause confusion in our polity. Now, there's this popular saying, there's no smoke without fire. Definitely, the foot soldiers of the PDP were all over the streets, media houses, across Nigeria, trying to sell that notion that Jega was supposed to go on 3 months terminal leave, forgetting the fact that Jega's appointment is a political appointment. It is tenured. You don't send somebody on a tenured appointment on a terminal leave, 3 months terminal leave. And having said that, most importantly, what is the essence in trying to change a referee in the middle of a game? We are in a situation where this country is on tenterhooks. There's tension all over the place. We had a shift in date that was obtained by false pretense. I call it 419. And the whole country is on tenterhooks. You now want to try and bring up issues of removing the referee. I'm happy the House was able to now put a stop to that. Although, knowing this current government, who has told us that resolutions of the House and the Senate are advisory. They pick and choose what resolutions to obey. But at least the world has seen that the House and even the Senate has given Professor Jega the green light to go ahead with the elections. And any attempt to remove him will not be good for our democracy.
All right, Mr. Monidafe, when you made the analogy of changing referees in the middle of the game, some would jump and I said, whoa, wait a minute. We saw it not long ago when the referee was injured and then the fourth official had to replace him. But speaking seriously now, is that what we've come to? Speculations, and you say that the House of Reps have been able to clip the wings of whoever. But the thing is, the Senate President also spoke about this. If you say it's an agenda of the PDP, how come the Senate President, who is a member of the PDP, will also be speaking up against that matter?
The Senate President had no choice but to rule in favor of the majority. They took Professor Jega to the Senate, and it displayed the efficacy of the card reader. They were all amazed. The questions that the PDP senators were asking that day, any observer will realize that they were aiming at a particular goal to discredit the use of the PVCs and the card readers. But the Jega performed so accreditably that David Mark, the Senate President, had no choice but to accept that everything was okay. Everything was okay. And Chamberlain, we are in this country, such a thing that happened in the past. The case of Ayo Salami has a similar bearing to what we are seeing right now. People did not expect Ayo Salami to be eventually removed. It was done. The same with Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, the Emir of Kano right now, former CBN governor. People did not expect it to happen because we expected a government that will respect the rule of law in this country. But see what happened. So, and we talk about shift in date of elections. If you remember, the PDP and the president denied that there was any move to ask for a shift in date of the elections. Eventually, what happened? Incidentally, I heard about the 6 weeks extension about 5 hours before Jega announced the shift. So everything had been cut and pasted. And we should not allow the issue of being called alarmists to stop us from making moves that will stop this government from taking us down that road to perdition.
In today's papers, the front page of Nigerian Tribune specifically, there's a column there. One of the headlines did read, I never told anyone I would remove Jega Jonathan. That's the direct quotes from him on that front page. Is this a hue and cry about nothing and making a mountain out of a molehill, many may suggest?
Chamberlain, we are in Nigeria, we have a popular saying in Nigeria. The witch cried yesterday and the baby died this morning. Who caused it? The witch. Now, remember that when the dates were shifted by 6 weeks, APC came up with three facts that we knew they were going to try to bring up. First was to try and remove Jega. Second was to do all they can to get the courts to disqualify our candidate. And thirdly, a shift in date. Mark my words, mark my words. They will still continue until 28th of March when the elections hold. I'm happy the president said what he said yesterday. I'm happy he said it. But don't forget that he made that comment in the past, but we still saw their foot soldiers going all over media houses, telling us that Jega's term is like a civil servant that must go on 3 months leave. They even went as far as saying 24th of March, 4 days to the elections. And I ask, what is so important, what is so urgent about getting Jega to go on terminal leave that they want to put this country in trouble? I'm trying to mark my words now. What is so important about moving Jega, making him to go on terminal leave, that they want to put our democracy in danger? Can't they wait? Don't forget, Chamberlain, that this is the same Jega that our president said, in fact, one of our president's major achievements. He told us in the past with glee that he appointed Jega, and we have had the best elections so far under Jega. What happened overnight? The card reader and the PVC? It's unfortunate. Now, I really want Nigerians to commend Professor Jega, because truly, some less integrity will have succumbed to pressure.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mabak, I hear you.
Oh, thank you. So people are saying, as at that time when the president was talking about, free and fair elections in many states, in 2011, I don't know if your party agreed that the elections were free and fair. The elections conducted in Anambra, in Edo, in Ekiti, in Osun. We don't know if your party categorically agreed that those elections were free and fair, but people are beginning to wonder this new confidence your party has in the leadership of INEC.
Now, Maokwe, the issue is that we had issues with Anambra, and if I remember, there's a case in court that by now should have been decided. An EO sabotaging an election in Idemili North, I'm not mistaken. The case is supposed to be in court, nothing has happened. Having said that, elections were held, and we made our complaints. The courts, in some cases, said it was okay. Fine. Right now, why the sudden cry for the removal of Jega? You said Jega is good. Now we want him to have these elections. We are not going to say Jega is perfect, but he is a referee. He told us he's ready to conduct elections. You come up now with PVCs. And I want to ask, in which country in the world have we ever had 100% collection of voters' cards? None. All you need is substantial compliance. Substantial. That word has been used severally in courts. We've had it.
Well, substantial compliance is what the courts determine. I mean, whether or not it has been substantially complied with, people always say that the courts decide that. But again, you're trying to explain why it is that your party and yourself have this newfound confidence in the leadership of the INEC chairman.
Now, if any right-thinking Nigerian is not happy with Professor Jega, I think there's something wrong with him, because this card reader had my doubts until I saw him on the floor of the Senate last week. Everything was done. And incidentally, the REC in Lagos was in your studios Monday, and we saw your face, Mark, your voters card has been confirmed. Now, if such a person has shown us the efficacy of something he wants to use, why should we doubt him? Now, doubt or no doubt him.
The card readers are not, Mr. Moniadafe.
APC is a patriotic party. We don't want anything that will scuttle our nation's democracy.
The card readers, can you hear me? The card readers are not synonymous with the INEC chairman. I mean, if the INEC chairman, for any reason, for any need, has to proceed on any 3-month terminal leave, can't we take it for granted that whoever it is that's coming to replace him, perhaps from among the national recs of INEC, would also be employing the card reader?
For information, Mark, I think out of the about 16 commissioners, 15 of them were appointed the same day as Jega. So if Jega is going on terminal leave, the remaining 15 will also go on terminal leave. So why upset the apple cart?
No, but Mr. Monidafe, if I could just jump in there briefly, I thought that parties, including yourself, maybe your party as well, has always talked about building strong institutions, not individuals. So wouldn't this be even a test? If, I mean, you've seen all that the chairman of INEC and INEC have put in place to ensure that these elections at least are substantially complied with. So if he is there or not, assuming without considering that that's the case, should we have any reason to worry?
We will have reason to worry when you want to now remove an umpire in the middle of a game and a few days to the elections. We will get worried. And that, to answer your question, I come back to my earlier point. What is the hurry right now in doing that? I'm talking about institutions. Under this current government, we have seen the way the Nigerian police has been rubbished. The Nigerian army, unfortunately, every institution has been rubbished under the same government. So, talking about institutions, yes, Jega is an individual, but right now, he is the person holding that institution in place. And his tenure expires 30th of June. What is the hurry in getting him out now?